Welcome back, everyone, to this episode of Dale's Rails. I just got back from our local train show that was this weekend, and just as I suspected, they had way too many good deals there for me to refuse. You know, I have no willpower. I couldn't help myself, but I kind of blame the guys from Oklahoma. You know, they just kept giving me too many good deals I couldn't refuse. And thanks to you guys, I'll probably be eating like a homeless Englishman from now until the end of the year. I mean, are there homeless guys sitting around in Great Britain eating their beans and toast? I'd like to know. And if you're looking to adopt an old guy with a sizable train collection, hey, I'm your man. So grab a seat and let's take a deeper dive and see how far I went into the deep end. Something I thought I'd point out real quick, you know, when you're going to your train shows, if you're anything like me, you just tend to make a beeline for the train stuff. So, and tend to overlook, some of these smaller detail parts that you could use for your layout. And I picked up some repair parts here, bulbs and lenses for my turnouts.
and from the repair guy, because the Lionel repair rep was there, so it was handy to get parts from him. He's always got a good selection of parts. And then, there's another vendor there locally. She's here locally. She's carries the Evans Design LEDs. I like to use these LEDs in my trains just because there's something I can use direct wire to my locomotive. They've already have the rectifier and the resistor built in for you. Don't have to wire anything. You just hook it up to your normal AC power on your locomotive. It's what's nice about it, because these LEDs, I get the ones that are 7 to 19 volt AC DC. They're a little more expensive that way, but it just makes it, simplifies installation. It's just a simple 2-wire hookup to the locomotive. Since you're wiring to a rectifier, you don't even have to keep your polarity straight, because that's already done for you off the rectifier to the LED. And then, it's a good idea to pick up some other detail parts. The guy had a good selection of other fine details. And I found these little park benches here. I've got a place, I plan on using these on my layout up next to my station. And then same thing with these lights. I thought these would look kind of good up close to my station. So this will be fun to try to, get this complete up around my stationary when that comes time to do it. So now's the time to do that. I got all these parts here for not all that much money, so that's another bonus.
So most of the items I ran across that spiked my interest were post-war. And I ended up getting 4 different post-war engines and a complete train set. So I think we'll walk out the first engine here real quick. You can see this here is the post-war style 611 Jersey Central. This engine's in remarkably good condition. Got a really good buy on this. It was hard to pass this up. This engine looks like it has little to no runtime. The 611 Jersey Centrals, these were produced in 1957 and 58 only. They had the Type 2D motor. They had 1 axle magnet traction, a 3-position E unit, a single headlight, but it had a non-operating coupler. And this was just a really good model of that. I couldn't refuse it. In fact, it doesn't even have the cracked screw hole, which was kind of surprising. And I was just kind of blown away. The condition and the price was so good on this. I couldn't walk out of there and leave that there. Now, next up is something that I bought this recently at Menards. I just thought I would let you guys see the new black bonnet style tank. And then this next hopper car coming up, it turned out to be a bit of a surprise. This is I thought was a Lionel, but it's IDM by U something BM or something. I'd never heard of them. I think they refer to them as industrial rail. This is a very nice car. I'll have to say that. They were a maker of 027 rolling stock, and it's very good quality. And then moving on down, I did pick up, I'm into the MPC era reefers, and here's the Good and Plenty reefer. And I got a really good buy on that. And then same thing with the next car. This is the, the operating giraffe car. And then, I'm kind of a sucker for the Budweiser Clydesdale. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because of the Super Bowl commercials. But, I got a really good buy on this. I've been looking for this for a while and couldn't walk out of there with that, not being in my shopping bag. And then I came across these post-war style. I believe these were issued in 1947. The SP you see there on the side, these were the Southern Pacific style cabooses that kind of took off for Lionel in 1947. I believe the 2257 there is the 1947 version. This one has the complete handrails and ladders and tool boxes. So it was kind of a special treat. And then I couldn't refuse the other one right behind it. The guy made me such a good deal. I got both of these for $10. So $5 a piece. You can't pass that up. And that's some parts that I bought. I think I've just put those ladders on there. This caboose did have the smokestack on it, so I like that. It doesn't have the toolbox. These were a little later production of that same style. This is the, I don't know if you call that brown, maroon, or Tuscan, but that's one of those colors. So that's the rolling stock lineup. Okay, this next engine coming up, I am into collecting the post-war Alcos. I only collect the 2000 and 200 series. I don't really go after that. And this is kind of the end of that series, 200 series. This is a 217. This was issued 1 year only, 1959. You know, this locomotive is in pretty rough shape as far as physical appearance. I got a really good deal on it. The guy was kind enough. Bob there, I always buy from him every year. He always gives me really good deals on things. I got this set for $40, so you couldn't pass that up. And, you know, it does have its issues. You can see this thing looks like it was painted by an 8-year-old with his mom's mop. You know, kind of like how you paint a ship deck. So it's going to need to have a repaint. You know, the thing about these Boston and Maine, they're kind of an oddity in the fact that I didn't realize it, but it's rare ever to find the blues that match between the A and the B unit. I didn't know that. And the other thing that's kind of a little bit odd about these particular Alco FAs is this is the only diesel Alco diesel produced that doesn't have the complete road name on it. It just has the B and M on there, the Boston and Maine. We all know that to be the Boston and Maine. And the 217s, this is a model of Alco FA of the Boston and Maine. Like I said, it was produced 1 year only, 1959. Now this has the Type 2C motor. It does have 2-axle magnet traction. You know, this is when they were really, you know, cutting back on these locomotives. But this did have the 2-axle magnet traction. It does have the post-war style 3-position E unit. It does have a headlight, but it has non-operating couplers. The other thing that's worth noting on these, the blue body is prone to fading after exposure to sunlight, which, you know, this is not an exact match of the blues. I don't know if that shows up on camera. You can see here, those blues don't quite match. This one over here, the B unit's a little bit brighter, and this is, I wouldn't call it teal, but it's kind of a, you know, it's kind of a little bit more muted blue. So I'll be cleaning these up, and hopefully I can strip the paint off the A unit. I noticed the B unit wasn't painted like that, so I know the locomotive itself looks a little bit rough, but this locomotive is in excellent running condition. Okay, coming up next, we have another 200 series Alco diesel, the 210 Texas Special. This set is in remarkably good condition. I got a crazy price on this. This set is remarkable. The fact that not only are the aprons on here not broken off, they're not even cracked. So it's amazing that those aprons aren't cracked. So I got a really good example here of the 210 Texas Special set. I'm kind of tickled with this, just how good a condition this set is in. And the 210 Alco FA Texas Special was produced 1 year only in 1958. Now it had the Type 2E motor. It did have 2-axle magnet traction. It was also equipped with the post-war style 3-position E unit. It did have a headlight in the powered unit only, but it has non-operating couplers. Now the 210 here was used in numerous uncatalogued sets sold through Sears. So that's kind of its claim to fame. The 210 here, not to be confused with the 211, was produced 1 year only in 1958. The 211 is considered the less desirable of the two sets. I'm not sure exactly the differences, but I know it had to do with some of those features that I just mentioned. Okay, coming up next is another Alco AA set. This is from the 2000 series. This is the start of the Alcos, the 2033s. All the Union Pacifics share the same road number, 2033, whether it's the yellow and gray or the silver with the gray roof or the all silver. And I thought that the all silver was the next issue, but it was really the silver with the gray roof. So the yellow and gray were the anniversary set issued in 1950, first year production. The silver with the gray roof, 51. And these were issued from 52 to 54. Now the 2000 series Alcos have a Type 1 motor, which is a two-piece setup where your motor with the worm is separate from the trucks. You can separate the two. Much better, high-quality design. These also have die-cast frames and plastic shells. In fact, your apron here is separate from the shell, unlike your 200 series locomotives where the aprons are part of the shell. That's why you don't find these aprons broken like you do on the 200 series. One reason these have automatic couplers it's because they were coil couplers. They really couldn't put couplers on your 200 series locomotives because of that apron. You know, that's where the little button would line up. So they had issues with that. I think that's why a lot of those, due to cost and design problems, why they eliminated the operating couplers on those. Whereas these have the electromagnetic coil couplers. So that's another bonus to the early design. They're just, everything about them's better. These were equipped with 2-axle magnet traction. They do have a 3-position E unit. These have a headlight in both the powered and the dummy. And this also has a horn. And that's one thing about this locomotive. I was kind of blown away. This locomotive's in excellent mechanical condition. It's got physical imperfections to the shell, and a little bit unfortunate because otherwise this locomotive's in excellent shape. Got a really good price on this set. You can see here for some reason, somebody decided to put this silver paint on, and maybe they changed their mind and tried to scratch it off. I'm not sure what's going on. And they liked it so much, they tried to glob some on over here, so I'm not sure what's going on with this. Hopefully that's something I can take that off with something, or at least maybe repaint the roofs so it's not that big of an issue. So this is a very good mechanical condition. So this next set I have coming up, it's a complete train set. A little bit excited about that to share it with you guys. I'm sure some people probably won't be that impressed with it, but I'm really excited about it. Well, this is the entire train set. As you can see, it's a Marx. It's a diesel type electric train set. It's in the original box steel. I'm just really kind of tickled about this. See here what we got. This is the E7 New York Central freight set. And it's a complete train set. See here, it's got the original transformer. Even got the telephone pole still in here. Got this really wide 4 or 2 bay hopper. I have another one of these with the orange lettering. I didn't know until I got it that Marx made these wider 2 bay hoppers. But I'm really excited about this set just because it's a complete New York Central set. Now, the issue with this set, I got this at a really good buy. I also got this set from Bob. Bob's a great guy. He likes to see me happy. And he only charged me $100 for this entire set. Now, these New York Centrals are considered somewhat rare. Not as rare as some of the other models, but rare enough that usually demands a little more money. But the issue with this model, whoever had this didn't realize he was probably devaluing it, but he got a little creative and decided to pay the lightning bolt on here, which is not too bad at first glance, but you can see it's pretty amateur. It was like free-handed on there. So, and you get real close, you can see how rough the paint is, knowing that they applied it with a brush. So it's unfortunate. In fact, you can see here, got a little bit creative with a lot of the cars and painted some silver details on there. So, boy, in hindsight, that's something that you probably wouldn't do just because you devalued a very good set. Now, I'm surprised just how good a condition this set looks. We'll see here a little bit trying to run it, but like all the New York Centrals I have in my collection that I'm aware of, this has the fat wheel gears, cogs out here to the edge of the wheel flanges. So I haven't found any of these with the newer plastic geared, traction tired motors. So it looks to me like it's moving pretty freely, and all in all, it doesn't look too bad other than the fact that somebody painted it up. I kind of like the looks of it other than the fact that, it's pretty crude. I'm going to see if there's something I can do about that. Either I'm going to try to remove all that paint off of there, or I'm going to remove the paint and repaint it like it's painted now. So we're going to get this out, set it up, and we're going to run it around a little bit and take a look at it. Okay, it's all set up and ready to go. You can see they even got a little bit creative here and painted all the detailed silver here on these cars. They did put a lot of love into it. I'll bet they were pretty proud of themselves when they got done with this. You can't help but see the amount of love that went into this. And, really from a distance, it doesn't look all that bad. So while it's running, let's just check it out here to see
It's going to run. Took right off. Running pretty good. Right there on 8 volts. Look at there. It even has its own built-in Mars light. I'm not sure what's up with that. Your Marx models typically only have a headlight in the powered unit. You know, it doesn't look that bad while it's running if you don't get up too close to it. We'll run the Texas Special around with it a little bit. It's another really sound mechanical unit there. That Texas Special's in really good condition. You know, I think I'm going to get them all running here.